No second story, what? Wow, really? Touched. Shh. Ready? Ready? Oh, it's yeah. What's the matter, Yankee?
Huh?
What's the matter? This is cold.
No, just taking more the cold. It's not.
You know Ethan Feiner? I called him today.
Yeah.
You know him at all?
Not so much.
No?
Yeah, I've seen a few hotels over the years, but I don't know if he remembers me.
Does he have his farm? Is he a safe farm?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah? I asked him today.
He said no, yes.
He has a safe book. Does he have? He didn't come in to me. He didn't come here to Toronto. He was on the plane. He was on the plane already.
And then they didn't go off?
No.
They just cancelled?
No, he's on a plane in America.
Right, I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, they went back to the gate. Yeah, he couldn't come to Toronto. He said the story, I thought he was Queen Elizabeth. Tell you, right?
Oh.
What? Oh, no? He said when it comes to, he said the Queen Elizabeth II, for her coronation, she wanted it shouldn't rain. Be outdoors, she'd be beautiful, shouldn't rain. She made a meeting with all the weather experts of England. And they said, figure out for me a day that in the history of England, it's rained the least and the least probable to rain. So they made a whole cheshbonos, back and forth, research. 2nd of June. 2nd of June, doesn't rain. Okay? And all the plans for the coronation. 2nd of June, what do you think happened in the middle? Heavens opened up and it poured. You know, it's trying to say, Hashem says, you know, weather is not predictable. Period. Nothing to do about it. Nothing to do. Okay, God is talking. Nothing to do. No. We have all the money in the world. You can have all the sophistication of machines and satellites, and you can have space rockets. And yeah, you can't control the weather. Finished. Period. Never will. Not anymore. Oh, God, gotta think about it. Gotta think about it. Sounds like Gemara. So Gemara is talking about here, the Jews, sure I'm telling you, get enticed to do Avodah Zarah. Is it a Jewish thing? So we said before that the Jews never did Avodah Zarah. They weren't Avodah Zarah people. They only did it because to get a mutter to do Aroyas. But Avodah Zarah, nah, it's not a Jewish thing. So we want to ask this kasha here at the bottom of this Beis from this frightening story, traumatizing story. Do it again. Toshma, Venasati Pegreich Pirgelechem, Oma Eliyahu Tzad, Oma. Omru. Eliyahu Tzadik Chaza Al Tpicharav Shemshalayim. Eliyahu Novi was looking for people that were bloated, that was swollen because of the hunger, time of the Churban. He found a kid, a kid was swelled up from starvation. And he was in a garbage dump looking for a few peels. Which family did you come from? And he told him the name of the family. Is there any survivors from your family? Besides me, nobody. I'm the only survivor. The sole survivor. If I will teach you something that you will live with, you're learning. I'll give you some life. Yes, for sure. Oh, welcome back, Shmuli. I'm like, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Every day I want you to say Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. There's only one Eibishter. There's only one God. There's nothing else. Amaloi, this kid that's starving on the brink of death. Like, be quiet. Don't mention Hashem. Don't mention that, says the kid. Because his father and mother, they took him to bed, they put him to sleep with the understanding that there's Avodah Zarah. Didn't say Shema Yisrael with him when he went to bed at night. It said Shema Yisrael, the God is the idol, is the Baal Pa'or. He took out his Avodah Zarah from his pocket. He was hugging it and kissing it until his stomach burst and platzt. And the Avodah Zarah fell to the ground, he fell on top of it.
He said, under 13?
Yeah.
People have this, yeah.
Yeah, well, no future for him. I don't know how old is this guy, this kid.
Sounds like a little boy of 5, 6.
Yeah, but he didn't die as an Irish. He died because he was starving. The guy was half dead.
We're not going to give him any life.
Yeah.
To prolong it.
Right.
He doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. But yeah, terrible story. Also, there was another cash. How could he know if he wasn't successful in being Makarvim? That was his cash, right? I said the Ashburn. If they're in the garbage dump, no, nothing to do.
Take him out.
You have to take them out, yeah. Miyad. So you see that Jews do get enticed and connected to the Zara. So it's more a boss of the Afkabe. Yeah, that's after he got connected. After he got connected, then it is. But beforehand, right? But beforehand, that doesn't happen. Right. Beforehand, it doesn't happen. Right. I mean, Jews generally don't like Avodah Zarah. They don't do Avodah Zarah. Once they get it, right? Once they get it, then once they get involved in Avodah Zarah, then they get connected. Toshma. So Jews don't know Avodah Zarah. The pasuk says the Anshe Gdoile got together and they cried out to the Eibishter. My Amma, what did they say? Baya, like bye means oy gewalt, oy vey. This Avodah Zarah is so destructive. It's such a nuisance and it's causing so much problem, so much downfall. This destroyed the Beis Mikdash, and it burned the Heichal, and it killed all the tzaddikim, all because of Avodah Zarah. And it took Klal Yisrael to Galus. And the Avodah Zarah, the Yetzer Hara, Avodah Zarah is still dancing between us. Klim Yahavtilan, he only gave it to us. Ele Kabuda Be'agra. They only gave us a challenge. One tachlis, we should get schar. Loi io be'inon, loi agre be'inon. We don't need it, and we don't need the schar. It's not working out. It's not working out. We're not surviving this. And so on. Take it away. So you see, Klal Yisrael became so involved in Avodah Zarah. I thought Jews don't do Avodah Zarah. Yeah. After Klal Yisrael do it, then they get very connected. They sat 3 days in a tightness. The Heilige Anshe Gdoile. Boy Rachmei. The daven to the Eibishter for Rachmanis. Nafelu Piska Merakia. And he sent down paper came down from Shemayim after they fasted for 3 days. A paper came down. On the paper was written 3 words, 3 letters. Emes. They used to sign to say, I agree. He had Hashem sign his name. Aleph Memsov Emes. Emes. Then all of a sudden, a fiery lion emerged from the Kodesh HaKadoshim.
What was the Shem sign?
Yeah, it's not worth it. The Yetzer Hara Avodah Zarah is not worth it. They said all of a sudden they saw a fiery Avodah Zarah, fiery lion coming out of Kodesh HaKadoshim. Avinu and Avinu Yisrael. How do you get the Avodah Zarah? This is it. See that fiery lion emerging from the Kodesh HaKadoshim? That is the Yetzer Hara Avodah Zarah. So if we one time in one of the Mayim, remember, we said a word from Reb Eli Lapian. Why is this fiery lion coming out of Kodesh HaKadoshim? What's the Yetzer Hara Avodah Zarah doing in Kodesh HaKadoshim? Coming out of Kodesh HaKadoshim. Stira, it's wrong place. Hat gesagt, der heilige Reb Eli Lapian, It's a mistake to think that challenges are there to challenge us. No. Challenges are there to get us into Kodesh HaKadoshim. Hashem gives the person a difficulty, gives him a test, gives him a sign, it's one tachlis, that you should be able to overcome the challenge and enter into Kodesh HaKadoshim. That is a springboard into Kodesh HaKadoshim. If we don't have Avodah Zarah, we don't have a way, access into Kodesh HaKadoshim. Yeah. Every challenge is a ticket to get into Kodesh HaKadoshim. And that's what we know from the Qur'an. When Avodah Zarah stopped, that's when Nevuah stopped. It goes together. Yeah, it goes together. You get Nevuah in the generation of Avodah Zarah. And we lost Avodah Zarah, we lost Nevuah. We lost Kodesh HaKadoshim. Als to get Kodesh HaKadoshim. No, fact, you go to the Beis Kodesh HaKadoshim, Amalun of Israel, and he's the Avodah Zarah. How did the Ketaf Shalei? They grabbed hold of this fiery lion. Ishtamit binisa minei. A hair came off this fiery lion, whatever it means. How does a lion have hair? I don't know. But also, and he's yelling. This guy, there's a Yitzhahara, but his arm was yelling. And his coil was so intense, the screaming went, you could hear it 400 paras away. What said Anshe? What should we do? We're stuck. Dilma mishamayim arachbelei. Maybe Hashem will have rachmanas on this Avodah Zarah. It's hard. He's yelling. Dilma mishamayim arachbelei. Avalei navi shadua beduda de avra. Okay, take him. Put him into that container, that pot made out of lead. The kassei be'avra. Cover him over with lead. The shayif kalei. Like that, you won't hear the voice, the noise. First thing tomorrow, we don't know pshat. If we the morale, what does this mean? How do the Yitzhar make noise and how to put them in a lead? You have to know what it means. This is the Risha, this is about the Yitzhara. Yashlach oisal toich ha'efa. Yashlach has ever no faris al. Okay, so they got rid of the Yitzhara of Avodah Zarah. They said, "However, it's rotten. It's rotten. The boy rachme yitzur davera. That's daven to Eibush that get rid of the yitzhar of Aroy. Davera. Boy rachme the daven Hashem imsibi dayu yeah, and the yitzhar of Aroy was given to them. That's it. No more yitzhar the rice. Chavshuat lasa yomer. They put him in jail for 3 days. After 3 days, the boy Beis bas yomer. They're looking for an egg. Fresh egg for a chola. And they couldn't find because if there's no yitzhar rayas, then there's no eggs. Nobody's laying eggs. There's no relations and there's no chamimas. What should you do? Nevoya palga kidam Hashem. The shmir yitzhar rayas, but only for the right reason. No, palga merkiri yavi. Whatever that means. Hashem doesn't give half. Either yeah or no. So that's it. We start. Kachlino le'enei. So they covered up the eyes of this Avodah Zarah Barayos, the Yitzhar Barayos, and it helped the Igre English say people don't have Yitzhar for their relatives. That's what helped. You have to chat. How does that work? Don't get half, right? Relatives must be different. Relatives was a different type of Avodah Zarah, but a different type of Yitzhar must be. Right? Yeah. You have to chat. Right?
Till that time for families.
Correct. Now, Shine is, we know from the Rishonim saying in the conclusion, why is no yichud with relatives? Sisters, no yichud. Mother, no yichud. Rishonim say this Gemara. And look, what happened before this? Was yichud? What? Yeah, but before there was it a yichud? With mothers? So kid came up from yeshiva, his mother was home. Nah. I could be in the same house as you. Yeah? So I have to look at that sugya properly. Says the Gemara. Masam Nachris Achas, story with a goiter. She was very sick. Amra, she made a promise. If she'll get better. This lady, this shiksa, to get better from a sickness. She will go and she'll worship every single avodah zarah in the book, and that was her Kabbalah, Toivo, she Kabbalah Ra. She's sick. If I get better, I'll do all avodah zarah in the world. Amda, yeah, she got better. She kept her words, kept the promise. But Amda, she came to the avodah zarah of Pa'ir. She asked the priest, the zoo. What's the way how one worships avodah zarah of Pa'ir? Amrila, eat beets, and you drink beer. And treats it for now. And one relieves himself over the avodah zarah. Amra mutav. I'm not doing that. She says. On mutav shetachsayahu isha l'chalia. Yeah. Better. She said she should better get sick again and not do this avodah zarah. Like how avodah zarah bakach. So it's so disgusting. Disgusting. It's not a thing to do. Pastish. But says the Gemara sharp as that. Atem Beis Yisrael Edim Kain. She understood not to do Baal Pa'or. The Klal Yisrael were bound to Baal Pa'or. Pasuk says, and it's modern of Baal Pa'or. Klal Yisrael, there was a huge group in Klal Yisrael that were nitzmadim. Nitzmadim means connected. If you the first chat, how strongly connected? Ketzamid puzzle, like you have ketzamid puzzle, which means you have a container, right? And on it, you have a lid. Some of the puzzle is very tightly on. Even you smear at the sides with cement. Some of the puzzle. Says the Gemara, "Atem adveikim." That's by avodah zarah. They were mamish tzomud. But when it came to dveiks neivish, we're have to the noise. Ba'atem adveikim Hashem elekeichem. But when our dveiks neivish, there was only to stay tomorrow's advuka zubazu. It was like 2 tomorrows, 2 dates that were connected one with the other. The Gemara is saying the dveikus, the connection to the avodah zarah, Balpoir, was more than the dveikus to the Eibishter. Here it says nitzmadin, that's a lot tighter, and by the Eibishter it says dveikus. So that was a lot more. That's the first shot of the Gemara. Second shot of the Gemara is no. But we sit and talk no. And it's one about Balpoir. No, the Beis says easier chat. The mitzvah about Pa'or was like something like Isha, which means like a bracelet, not connected. After the Vegem Shem Lekeichem, the Vukim Mamish. After the Vegem Shem Lekeichem, that's Mamish Vukim. That's Mamish Vukim. Tanabonim. Ma'aseh b'Savta ben Alos. There's a man called Savta. He lived in the place of Alos. He rented out his donkey to a goiter. Kivin Shagir Lepa'or. Once he came to Pa'or, Amruloi, and it looks like he was a driver. He was driving this donkey, and this shikster, and he was driving, seems. They came past the building of Pa'or. Amruloi Hamtain Achakonis, they say. They let me go in and serve as by the Zara. She went out, she came out, done. Amrullah Afat, Amtini. So the man said, okay, now it's my turn. The Jew, the Yid. Till I go in, Achakonis, they say. I'll go to do avodah zarah. Hamraloi, Yehuda Ata. I thought you're Jewish. Jewish people avodah zarah. So he said, Hamraloi, Ima'ich Muslachtin. Is that your business? Do you mind minding your own business? If I do avodah zarah or not, that's not your department. He was a good person. Nichdas, Pa'or before the guy came in and he really was trying to do a shtick. He tried to do a vaza the avodah zarah. What he did was Pa'or before the he's making fun of the avodah zarah. He thought he was making fun of avodah zarah by relieving himself over the avodah zarah. When Mesharis avodah zarah mekalseloi, and they said after he finished, the priest said, Psh, "Wow, that was a beautiful honor for the avodah zarah." Honor, he said, I've tried to desecrate. I've tried to give bizyonis, to embarrass avodah zarah. No, that's exactly it. Yeah, nobody worshipped them, but this avodah zarah so nicely, like you. It's over. So they point out to the Pa'or, and it's avodah. Somebody's pointing out to the Pa'or. This is avodah. Even if it's mechaber to be vaza, it doesn't help. Come on. Azarik Evan Makoilis. Someone throws a stone in Makoilis. Zuhi avodah. That is the avodah. Even you trying to stone him. Okay, this is avodah. Says the word Nasha. I have a castle of Beitursa. Rav Nasha was going to place Beitursa. Amalei avodah zara he the koyacha. There's a avodah zara center over here. Oh, really? He was mad. Avodah zara here. So he went in, shakal pisa. He got a clod of earth, and he threw it at avodah zara. Shoavei. Amalei Rav Nasha. Just to notify you, what you did now was exactly what they do for this avodah zara. This avodah zara markoilis is worshipped by throwing stones. He threw a stone at it. Thank you very much for contributing to the honor of this avodah zara. What? It's over. He came to Amalei markoilis. Amalei zorik markoilis. Nah. Okay. Also, Shoavei Medrash. He felt terrible. Did avodah zara. He came to ask the Beis Medrash. Amalei, yeah, I mean, sorry, Rabbi, can't help you. Says in the Mishnah, you threw a stone to my koilis, is avodah zara. I forgot there was having burger. You had in mind to stone avodah zara. Very nice, but this is not called stoning. Stoning of my koilis is avodah zara. Amalu. Okay, okay, let me go back and take away the stone that I threw at it. Take it away. If it's the honor of him to be stoned, so I'll de-stone him. Take away the stone. No. You can't take it away. You take it away, it's also avodah zara. Why? You put a stone there, you take it off, you also can't. Why? Because when you take it off, you're preparing the space for somebody else to throw another stone. You're facilitating the new person. Amalei. Every person leaving space for the other person. Everyone's leaving space for the other person. By taking off the stone, you're making space for the new person. That's a problem. That's going to be a problem. So you have no solution for you. I'm sorry. You can say Al Khait. You can clap Shamnu. Yeah, you meant well, and I'm sure Hashem will be those are avodah zara. It was avodah zara. Sorry. Says the Gemara. Ah, somebody that gives his kid a new avodah zara, or maybe not avodah zara, as we'll see in a second. There's a parish in the Torah called Moilech. What's Moilech? There's a fire, and you go. We'll see in the Gemara exactly what happens if the kid gets burnt, not gets burnt. Let's see. This is the sugya of Sukkah and Pash Kedoshim. Someone gives his kid the Moilech. So the Gemara knows it's Zara the Moilech. Chayav is not chayav. Two things you have to do. One has to give over their kids to the koimrim avodah zara. You have to give over the kids to the koimrim. Koimrim means the priests. No, another thing. Yeah, it's a shot of it's avodah zara, and they have to lead over this kid over the fire. Yahweh Beis. And they gonna take the kid for a walk over the fire. When these two things are done, man gives over the kid to avodah zara, to the basharsim, and the basharsim do with the kid. We do with moilech. That's avodah zara. Masal a moilech for have a beish. He gave it the moilech and didn't go over the fire. Have a beish the masal moilech did the fire himself. Ding the moilech ain't a chayev. But chayev go from sukkim unless achim sir the moilech. Until it's moist in the moirach and it's mavish. All right, study more. Katana avodah zara, ukatana moilach. Previous Mishnah spoke about avodah zara. This Mishnah talks about moilach. Mashma, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Remember, Avintinan command Amma moilach lav avodah zara. Moilach's not avodah zara. Moilach's not avodah zara. Tanya, is it what's moilach? Is it a form of avodah zara? Or it's just a chukas hagoy. You go and do this strange thing. It's not really. It's not a name of avodah zara. It's not worshiping any idol. It's not an idol. It's not an idol. This is my Mishnah. It's mashma. It's not an idol. Lav avodah zara. The Tanya echal lamoilech echal shar avodah zara. Echal lamoilech echal shar avodah zara is going to be over. Chai. Sai, you give the kids to moilech or avodah zara. It's chai. Rabbi Lazar of Shimon Oyman lamoilech chai. Shlein lamoilech pater. No shaykhs. It's not avodah zara. It's only if you give the kids to moilech chai. Shloile Melech Potter. Our Mishnah goes like Rav Shimon. Not about Zara. Not about Zara. Like what Omer Abaya. The Rav Shimon said this doesn't apply for other Zaras. Omer Abaya Rav Shimon ben Chila ben Tiglis. Omer the Vechat says Abaya. Rav Lazar Rav Shimon and Rav Chila ben Tiglis say the same thing. Rav Lazar Rav Shimon with Omer. Rav Shimon, like we just mentioned, they said it's not about Zara. Rav Chila ben Tiglis, the kind of Chila ben Tiglis say Ma Tafs Torah Lashon Moilach. What's a Lashon Moilach? Kol Shem Lichu Alayim. Moilach is the Lashon of a king. Anything he made a king over you. You called him a Melech. What's that? I feel a destroyer, I feel a kiss him. You have a rock, you have a little stone, you have a little spengler, a little splinter. You made it into a king, and then you make a fire, you go over. So that's not Avodah Zarah. It's not Avodah Zarah. Alright. My Benayu, so Rav Alma, it's not exactly the same shitta. Moilech Areik Benayu. You make a Araidigia. What's it called? Temporary. A temporary moilech. Would that be called a moilech or not? That's a machlaitis. That's a machlaitis. Good. Amar Rabbi Yanai. Ein chayav, as we said before. We come to explain what we said earlier. In order to be over moilech, ask you two things. Ein chayav ad shimshon le'mesharis avodah zarah. He has to give it over to the mesharis avodah zarah. So the mesharis avodah zarah. Shnema, you have to give over to the ones that work there. One cannot give over their kids. Mashma, that the vote is you have to give it over. It doesn't say don't be mave your kid for the moilech. No. Don't give your kids. Don't give your kids. Right? Tani Namachi, Yochel have it by Masa Yachaya, made him give it over, and he won't Moisi Mechai, Tamlaima, Lois Sitain. Says Lois Sitain. Masa Lamoilech will have it. He gave to the Moilech, didn't do it. Yochel Chayev. Time not let me know. Lahave. Says Lahave. Tamlaima Lahave. Masa Lahave, Shloile Moilech. Gave it over to Mesharsim Avodah Zarah. And they were Moilechit, they're not Moilech people. Yochel Chayev. Amaloima lemoilech, moilech. Masa beheve lemoilech legeish. Because Moisa and Imavrit lemoilech no fire. Yochel echayev, you made the echayev. Does it have to be fire? To say anyway, it has to be fire. Yes. Ne makal lahave. Here it says umizarach olasite lahave. But then lahalon, and the pasuk says the yim tzavcha mavir b'nai b'taveish. Yim tzavcha ma'avir b'nai b'taveish. Says loshen ma'avir ma'alahalam ba'eish avkam ba'eish. Like there's a fire, here too it's a fire. Or can moilech afla alam moilech. That's a fire. Ma can like he is moilech afla alam is also moilech. They have to have three things. It has to be giving over to the priests. Number two, they have to put him over the fire. Number three, that has to be for avodah zarah or whatever you call it, called moilech. Not for other avodah zarahs. A moilech is not avodah zarah. Not avodah zarah. What is this exactly is not so clear. What is it? It says what? No spiritual God. That's what you're doing. Shugon. What? Binning. Right. Shugon. No, that's coming up right now. The Rashi here. I think other Shayim arguing Rashi. Let's see Rashi. See, it's coming soon. Says the Gemara. Amr of Acha Brei Rava. Have a kol zarepot. A person that puts all his kids on moilech, then he won't get punished. Why? Because it says, Shnema mi zaracha, v'loi kol zaracha. It says mi zaracha. Only from your kids. V'loi kol zaracha, not all kids. Oh. Now it takes us kasha. A person with one kid, he was chayiv. So obviously he does all the kids. That chayiv that you had originally just disappears. How does that work? How does that chiyuv disappear? That's like kasha. I once remember seeing in the Medrash another kasha. Every time it's a straw suffix. You're warning the guy, Torah is not clear. He made all the kids. Just all the kids. It's not chayiv. So how do you ever know to give a guy misa? Maybe later he's going to do the other kids. Right? So his answers, the only case is he only has one son. Oh, it's the only case. Then he's potter. One son is potter. That's all his kids. There's one son is potter. That's going to be all the kids. Or you put all the kids basachas. What? Yeah, two kids.
And he only does one.
Only one, yeah. One at a time. He uses all of them. So he says they're all of also. Maybe the last one you'll be chayiv, but the first one's going to be chayiv. You're going to be chayiv. Let it go around. Orvashi. Haviroi suma. You put a blind kid that can't walk himself. Mao, Yoshan Mao. Two shilas. A kid that can't walk on his own. He's blind or is asleep. Ben Benoy Ben Bitimau. Ankle. Three, it's four shilas here. Tif Shai Biachada. One shilah can resolve the Tanya. Kimizar and Oslamoilach. Because it says one that's Ma'ave Benoy Bitoy gets Misa. Why? Kimizar and Oslamoilach. Because he gave Lazar Lamoilach. Matab Loimam. Why is this possible necessary? Kimizar and Oslamoilach. Possible not necessary. Matab Loimam. Fish and them at the Yim Tzimcha. Ma'ave Benoy Bitoy. Says the Beis, so the Mizar is not necessary. Says the Beis, you know I need it. Because you would have said, says the Pasuk, keep Zera and Osmoilach. Fish them and Imatzim Chamav Benoy Bitoy. Ele Ela Benoy Bitoy, Yona Benoy Bitoy. Ben Benoy Ben Bitoy Menayin. How do you do an Edikol? Havaloima? Besitoy Mizaroi. Havaloima Besitoy Mizaroi. You get from the kids, even an Edikol. Very nice. So we know one's high for Edikol. The kasha is, I don't understand. You start off with the question, why do you have to have the pasuk, the Yim Tzavacha, Ki Zera Nos Lamoilech? The pasuk Ki Zera Nos Lamoilech was extra. So what did he say? Hamad Loimar, how do you know Edikol? Hamad Loimar Besitoy Mizaroi. Remember, that wasn't the question. But now he's still back to the question. Why did it say Ki Zera Nos Lamoilech? You haven't dashed any drasha from the pasuk Ki Zera Nos Lamoilech. You have a drasha from new pasuk which says Besitoy Mizaroi. Different pasuk. What's shachs? You got the kasha. In pshat, you're missing out. You still have a pasuk extra. So the Gemara, drasha chenehu zaroi ele zera kasha. This is not the word zara is not a drasha. Ele zera kasha only kasha for kids. Zera apostle. Let's say the kid is a mamzer. How do you know still is of mave benoy moilach? Amloy besita mizaroi. Any child that has, there will be the Isser of Moilech, even the child's apostle. Or Rudi. Omar Raviuda, Omar Raviuda, Elichai, Etchi Avredu, Der Chavora. It has to be done when you take the kid. The fire has to be Der Chavora. What's Der Chavora? Hechadami, Omabaya, Shragit the live the Bemitzi. The wall of bricks. Piled up in the middle. Nura Mahagisa, fire from one side, Nura Mahagisa, fire from the other side of the wall, but on the wall there's no fire. The kid goes on top of the wall, and the Rashi says he makes it, and he lives happily ever after. He's not burning the kid. And Sprang's arrived from the Gemara later, and it's clear that the man lives through the ordeal. It's not Ritzicha. It's not. Rashi brings arrived on the Gemara soon. That's what he says. His chat. Rav Alma have another chat. You know what it means? You know how it works? Kamash Varasa de Pariah. On Purim, you used to do this Purim shtick. You used to make a fire inside a pit, and they'll jump over the pit. Fire inside. They jump over one side to the other. That was a Purim shtick they did. And this is called Mat Moich. Now, why is the Purim shtick? heard once the most beautiful pshat. Again, this is Pasha. More than pshat. What's Purim? Purim is Kabbalah Satoira Merot. Ma'ava. More than pshat. Why did they jump over the fire? Toysa says, why did Hashem have to give the Torah with a mountain over the heads? So Toysa, why? Because Eisen Nishma. So Toysa is because when they saw the fire, Eshak Doila, they got afraid and they were chayza. They saw the big fire. That's why you have to force them with kafalem hakigis. Purim, why? Because they're scared of the fire. Purim, the makabel terima ava, which means we're not afraid of fires. So the kids jump over on Purim. The pit has a fire, so we're not afraid of fires. To resemble that idea. Until today, you have kids play with cap guns in Purim. What on earth is that going to do with Purim? What? How about the fact that what's it all about? I'm all designed, that's a chat. So this Rashi. We play with fire, and it can be dangerous too. It can be dangerous, really. The Israel signs go up before Purim, remember? Signs go up that women have been mapping kids, babies, because of these firecrackers. That's the right. Right. It goes every year. Kids can eat. What? Yeah. What's the upside? What's the upside? And those are huge noise, not a huge, very loud, and they throw it's a bomb. Especially in Shlam Rakodesh, where they're afraid of terrorists. Very scary. Very scary. Yeah. It made it Israel in Islam. Say more now. Does the kid get burned by doing this? Rashi says, I'm a raya, it doesn't. What's a raya? Next tomorrow. Yeah, the only way of doing it is when he jumps over the fire. If he walks over by foot, it's potter. Only chayav for himself, his kids, okay, it's sad. But no, you're bitter chayav. The son and his daughter chayav. Over the imma, his father, his mother, brother, sister, potter. The man walks over himself, but he is potter. Says Rashi, if the man gets burnt alive when he does it, what do we mean potter chayav? He's dead. It's not good. Huh? Why? Rashi Bashma, Moilech is not. They're not trying to burn the kid. Some we trying to learn. Moilech means you get the avoid is you get burned for the avoid zara. That's a takas. People think so. Rashi says that can't be because what's that? I have an answer. LMI could get burned, but that's not the avoid is not getting burned. So the Gemara, have at the potter blossom shim loiba chayev. Blossom shim says chayev. Echel moilech beechel Shoavei zara chayev. Harakama says, every avodah zara chayev, and moilech is avodah zara. Your blossom shim loiba no, the moilech chayev. Only to avodah zara moilech is chayev. Only the avodah zara moilech is chayev. Shloile moilech potter. But shloile moilech is going to be potter. Shloile is going to be potter. Ama ule. I tell Rabbi Shimon. Where does Rabbi Shimon know it from? That the man himself that goes by the fire is going to be chayev. Where man himself, not his kids. He's not putting his kids, he's going himself. Where do you get it from that chayev? Says the Gemara, my time that Rabbi Shimon on my cross says, Mayim, no? B'cha. Word b'cha means the man himself. Word b'cha means the man himself. Le'imatzei b'cha, b'cha ba'atz b'cha, you on your own. There's the issa for the man himself to be over the moilech. Rabbanon, the Darshan Rabbanon said no. The Yimatz B'cha means doesn't mean the man himself. The Yimatz B'cha means shouldn't be found by people that the sons. B'cha is not a drash to be the person himself. Rabbanon le Darshan B'cha. Rabbanon don't Darshan B'cha. Menimara don't Darshan B'cha. But Tanya. Mishnah, what's that? The Mishnah in the last Mishnah in Eilam Mitzias says If you lost an item, your father lost the item. Yours comes first. But we said, why? By timer, where's the Makor? Why is that so? Where do we know that a person has to fend for himself first? People say, no, wrong. Is about life. You were talking about money. Going for a different pasuk. It says, Efes, kilo yebecha evyoin. What's that? You yourself shouldn't be poor. That's what it means. You shouldn't be a poor person. You can be for all people. You see, Darshan and Chavi is man himself. So why here when it says, how does it mean? How can anybody argue that it doesn't mean the man himself? How can you argue? When it comes there, everybody seems to agree. Says the Gemara, nope. Learn from Efes, not B'cha, from Efes. Rabbi Yosef Lina, good. Not for the word B'cha. B'cha is not a rhyme. Rabbi Yosef Lina, Shalosh Krisus, Mavid are lower. 3 times the Torah says Krisus. For a man that doesn't avoid Zara. Where are those 3? Twice, like a Moilach. I want to avoid Zara. Why do you 3 times? Achas like a Darka. 1, you worship avoid Zara, normal way. Achas like a Darka. 1, you worship it not normal way. The Achas la Moilach. And the 3rd one is for Moilach. Good. That's you have to have 3 cases. But Moilach is not avoid Zara. You have to have a special pasuk to say this chorus. Says the Gemara, "Leman da'ama moilach avodah zara he." Man da'ama the hold moilach is avodah zara. Chorus moilach lamani. Why do you have to have chorus by moilach avodah zara? Yeah. As well, lemav v'noish like a darka. If you mav the sun, like a darka. No chorus. What's those chorus? So that a man that I'm megadef avodah zara. Man who holds megadef is avodah zara. That's tight megadef. If you hold megadef avodah zara, then says the Gemara, then another chorus, a 4th chorus. Chorus megadef lamani. Look at the Tanya. State is like he chorus the chorus. Pasuk says by avodah zara twice. He chorus the chorus. He chorus by olam hazeh. This world is cut off, but he chorus lo'olam haba. And you're going to cut off the world to come, but the chorus lo'olam haba. Different Kiva, that's what Kiva says. Amar every shval and recommend him nichrasan. Says for nichrasan. 3rd time. So there's 3 worlds. I mean, we only have 2 worlds. Olam hazeh, olam haba. If he chorus, the chorus comes for this world, the world to come. What's the 3rd for nichrasan? Chishloy shalom yesh. And of a nichrasan olam hazeh. Nichras this world. The chorus for olam haba. The chorus, the Torah is not in Russia. The Torah kalash le'adam. The chorus is just for the Torah kalash le'adam. The Torah speaks the way people speak, and that's what the chorus, although it doesn't mean anything. Don't mean anything. Those are 3 choruses, and tomorrow we'll learn about Bal Oiv, another thing with David stuff. Serious times in Torah.
I need to know. Serious times.